Welcome back, Kimberly. So Cameron has told y'all her perspective on when she found out that she was pregnant, but I haven't told y'all my perspective on when I found out Cameron was pregnant. It all started back in 8th grade when I first met Cameron. She was pretty. We actually started dating in the summer, June 22nd. We started freshman year together. That year was amazing. And then sophomore year, things kind of just started to get a little bit complicated. Heading down the wrong path and partying. We both were kind of bad, I guess you could say, but Cameron kind of started going off the deep end and kind of partying too hard, I guess, in high school. And it caused a lot of issues in our relationship, leading to arguing and us talking less, seeing each other less. It pushed us to the edge of ending our relationship, but not quite, because, you know, I loved her and I didn't want to let her go. You know, first love, you know how it is. She started cleaning up her act, and then our relationship got a lot stronger. Things got a lot better between us. She realized that she wasn't being the person that she needed to be in her relationship. And after her whole party phase, she was in the process of switching between new birth controls. It's called a NuvaRing, and so it wasn't like a shot or a pill that you take. You actually insert it. You know, I guess she wasn't on top of it. She ended up inserting it a few days late, and about 2 weeks later, she started bringing up that she might be pregnant. She told me that she thought that she had implantation bleeding, and, you know, I didn't really know. I was 16 years old. What's implantation bleeding? And she explained to me, and me being myself in denial of everything, I was just like, no, there's no way. And I didn't believe her. Pregnancy tests aren't 100% accurate until you've already missed your period. And she hasn't even missed her period yet. And then there was this 2-week period that she knew that she was pregnant. And I, on the other hand, just couldn't believe it, I guess. I guess I was just kind of throwing it in the back of my head because I didn't want to have to stress about it. But I also thought that, you know, whatever. Pregnancy scares happen, and I was not going to believe that she was pregnant until I saw a pregnancy test. You can imagine those 2 weeks were pretty, like, stressful. And it kind of caused some ups and downs with our relationship because her knowing that she's pregnant and me being like, no, you're not pregnant, and just arguing back and forth. Cameron was so convinced that she was pregnant that she made me take her down to the store and get her prenatal vitamins. Even though she hasn't even taken a test yet, she said it'd be good for the baby, so we went ahead and did that. And when we were in CVS, we actually ran into someone that we knew from middle school. But I don't think she knew what we were buying, but it was kind of awkward. So 2 weeks later, me and her are like, it's time. This is the time to get the test. So we drive over to Walmart, and this is so funny. So they had the soaps and the pregnancy tests and condoms and all that all on the same aisle, and it's just one big aisle. And I was 16, and I was very embarrassed to walk down the aisle and grab a pregnancy test because I didn't want people to stare at me. There was this one girl that would not leave the aisle where the soaps were. She would open every single soap and smell it, and I was just anxious, spinning in circles, like, I need to get these pregnancy tests. I need to find out if Karen's pregnant. And I kept looking down the aisle, and she's sitting there smelling soap still, and I was just like, when is she gonna leave? So I eventually just grabbed the test and bought them. I bought actually the cheapest ones. I think they're like $1. Right after that, we went straight back to Cameron's house. I waited in her room as she took the test, and she covered it up and was like, we need to wait and see this together. I don't want to like see it kind of start to fade in. We wanted to make sure that when we looked at it that it was going to be positive or negative. And 5 minutes went by, and it was time. Dun dun dun! She's pregnant! The first thing I thought in my head was like, oh no, what am I gonna do? The millions of thoughts are running through my head. I gotta get a job, what am I gonna do for the future? Am I gonna go to college? When I find myself in stressful situations like that, I kind of go silent and think a whole lot. And Cameron was there, and she was like, what is your reaction? Like, what are you thinking? Tell me what you're thinking. And I just had a hard time trying to talk. I just needed some comprehension time to think about, you know, what's the next step from here? Because we obviously have to do this in a responsible way. We have to, you know, step up our game and quit being 16-year-olds. You know, now we actually see that we're having a baby, and you know, that changes literally our whole entire life. I was still trying to comprehend that, the fact that she was pregnant, and her parents actually, we were at her house and it was dinner time, and so she went down and had dinner with her parents, told her that I wasn't feeling well, just to give me some time to think. And then after she came back in the room, she started talking like about everything you can imagine. She's on and on, how we're gonna tell our parents and when are we gonna tell our parents, just planning out our path on like what we should do. She had a great attitude towards this. She was not negative at all. She was like, we need to give this baby the best life that it can have, and she was actually excited. Obviously there's the fear of being 16 and pregnant, but on the other hand, she was so happy, you know, and I was too, after realizing that, you know, oh my gosh, a little baby, I love babies. I didn't have the best reaction, but it wasn't negative. I guess it was more, I was in shock. But Collette is a blessing, and I love her dearly. And I always loved her dearly. I knew that I was going to do everything for that child. I was going to work my butt off. I was going to go to school. I was going to do everything I need to make sure that this child is going to be happy and be able to see her father. And the next few months were kind of hard. It's kind of stressful situation. The time gap where like no one knows. But yeah, I mean, she helped me through it the whole way. She helped me tell my parents. She gave me the confidence that I needed. It ended up being alright. And I'm so glad that things worked out how they did, and I could not ask for it any other way. I am just so happy with my fiance and my little girl, and I love him dearly. That pretty much wraps it up. I mean, that's how I found out Cameron was pregnant. That's my side of the story. I hope y'all guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video, Camly. Bye.
Hold me close and don't let me go. Hold me